Right there, we're gonna have a little talk. Uh, Democracy, majority rule. So there's a couple things that democracy depends on, and I think freedom of speech definitely is one of them. So if you're not allowed to freely think your thoughts and speak your thoughts, democracy can't function properly, right? We can agree with that. That's pretty simple stuff. Now, information is another part of this. To have a fully functional democracy, the majority of people need to be properly informed. That's how you have democracy. You can't have democracy if people don't know what's going on. They can't make a proper decision either way. That being said, anything that stifles or prevents the majority of just acquiring information about whatever the times or the topics or the subjects are should technically be considered a threat to democracy, right? Just like if you were to say no more, like there's a law, let's say a law against speaking about politics, you wouldn't have a functional democracy if you were not allowed to talk amongst each other about what's going on, right? The same thing with information. If people are not given access to the information that is particular to the times or the events happening, then democracy does not work. So, when you have governments that are passing laws and regulations for online censorship, Canadian only news, or content, whatever, you got tech companies like Instagram, for example. You can go into your settings and they've already turned political posts off. Like they've filtered that out for you. You didn't touch it. They just did it. But you have to go undo it so you can see political stuff now. That's my point of information there. If you've got corporations in bed with your government and they're suppressing your access to information while there's coming elections globally, that is a threat to democracy. Not a protest, not a truckers convoy, not these silly things. Those are not threats to democracy. Stifling your ability to speak freely, stifling your access to information, and propagating certain narratives to influence the majority are all threats to democracy. You cannot have a proper democracy if people are all swung this one narrative and the information to get them out of that narrative is also suppressed, and then you're not allowed to actually say what you think. So these three things bring you this. So they try to have the audacity to tell us that we're the threat to democracy. But they actually say it. They don't say threat to democracy. They say it's a threat to our democracy. Their democracy, not yours. It's theirs. That's why they curate everything for you. But yeah. Keep using that crown system, and just remember though, the house always wins.